Everyone, I am Dr. Sarika Makol, Associate Professor in Sagar Group of Institutions, Bhopal. Today, I am going to discuss with you basics of stock market from the subject Security Analysis and Investment Management of MBA 3rd Sem. Now, how do you raise money to start a new business? If you want to start a new business, the first thing which comes into your mind is the requirement of money. So the one way to raise money is to borrow money from bank, and this money must be paid back in the bank in the form of installments or interest. So this is the one way in which you can raise your money. Now, what are the other options with the help of which you can just start your business or you can raise the money? So the other way is to enter into the financial markets. We can raise money through financial markets also. So the question arises that what is financial market? A market in which people trade in financial securities or in the commodities at low transaction cost, as well as the prices that reflect supply and demand. So with the help of these financial markets also, one can raise money to increase its business or to raise its business. So this is another diagram which shows that financial markets can be done either in securities or commodities. Likewise in stocks, bonds, precious metals and agricultural products. So securities can be in the form of stocks as well as bonds, whereas commodities can be in the form of precious metals or agricultural products. So we can invest money through this and we can raise the funds. So these are the various types of financial markets. We can categorize the financial market into two types, money market as well as capital market. Further, the capital market can be divided into primary market and secondary market. And secondary market can be categorized as stock market and OTC market, that is over the counter market. Now money market is, as you all know, is the short term market which can be dealt with up to 1 year. Capital market is a long term market which is known as your share market or stock market also, which we have categorized into two parts, primary and secondary market. Primary market is that market in which we can issue shares for the first time. It means that when the company wants to issue the shares for the very first time, so they can enter into this market, that is primary market, and through IPOs, that is initial public offerings. Then after issuing the shares in the primary market, they can do the trading of their markets after listing their company in the stock market, that is known as your secondary market. So in the secondary market, we can trade, we can purchase and sell the shares either in the stock market or through the OTC market, that is 24 hours market or over the counter market, which is not an organized market just like the stock market. Now see this picture which shows that there is one company and corporations which will just put the or raise its capital with the help of shares by issuing or subscribing the shares in the market to the public. Now what do you mean by share capital? See the diagram over here. This pie chart shows you that it has been divided into 4 equal parts, or it's a combination of 4 units. So when these all 4 units, individual units combine together collectively, that is known as your share capital. So the total capital of company is estimated, registered and divided into units of equal value, just like in this pie chart shown. These units are known as shares individually, and collectively they are known as share capital. This is the simplest way to understand the concept of shares as well as share capital. Now next thing is, what is stock? Stock here means shares. It's an instrument that signifies an ownership position called equity in a corporation or organization or firm and represents a claim on its proportional share in the corporation's assets and profits. For example, if a company has 1,000 shares of stock outstanding and a person individually owns 50 of them only, then he or she can own 5% of the company. It means that they can only have a claim of 5% on the proportional share of corporation's assets and profits. He cannot claim more than that proportional share of his investment. So most stock also provides voting rights, which give shareholders a proportional vote in certain corporate decisions. So that is why the stockholder becomes the owner of the company as proportion of their share in that very particular company. Now, the another concept is dematerialization. In short, we called it as DMAT. This process is by which an investor can get physical certificates converted into electronic form. Earlier what happened, when one has to make investment in the stock market, so they'll get the physical certificates which contains the information that how many shares of the particular company at which rate you have bought and for what period of time. So in case you want to sell or purchase the shares, you need to present that certificate, because that is the only proof that you are having the shares of the particular company. But the most important disadvantage of this physical certificates is that it's very difficult to maintain or manage that certificates for the longer period of time. That can be destroyed due to water, due to parasites, anything. So to avoid all these disadvantages, nowadays what happened, these physical certificates has been converted into electronic form. They have been dematerialized in the form of electronic. So that name which is given to this electronic form is known as Demat accounts. So now you can open up your Demat accounts in any of the banks which is dealing into foreign exchange, and likewise your savings account works similar way these Demat accounts working. You can have all the details of your shares purchase and sale and whatever you are having through these account statements. So there is no need to maintain these physical share certificates with you. You can find it online that you have registered, you have listed your securities, the whole information you can get through this Demat account details. So this is known as dematerialization for the benefit of the investors. Now we come across the meaning of stock. Now the meaning of stock market. The market where the shares of the company can be bought and sold, that is known as your stock market. This is the picture of the New York Stock Exchange, which is one of the oldest stock markets. Now what do you mean by stock prices? When a company is doing well, more people want to buy the stock and its prices in the market rises. But this is not only the picture of the stock prices, that only when the company is doing well, the people would be able to buy the stock. This works on the basis of demand and supply factors, right? So why stock prices rises? Because of these reasons. If there is any good news about the company, that the company is having any project with the help of which he can earn a lot of profits in future period of time, in that very particular time the stock prices of that very company would rise. If there are good news about the country, that there is a lot of FDIs came across in the country, or the country is growing like anything in the future period of time, then the stock prices of that very particular country rises. Then the exchange rate regime, it means that the foreign exchange rates also plays a vital role in the stock prices fluctuations. If in future period of time as currency would get strong or stronger, then the stock prices would definitely would rise. Then obviously the demand and supply factors, likewise in the economics, that once the investors start purchasing the shares of the particular company, after some period of time the share prices of that very particular company started rising as the demand rises, and at one moment of time when the saturation comes, or that is the maximum price which it earned, the other investors would started selling the shares. Then when the supply increases, the demand will definitely goes down gradually, and that again comes to the same price level. So this happens because of the demand and supply factors. Now these are the benefits of investing in shares. One is possibility of high returns, as we believe higher the risk, higher the returns. Easy liquidity, because we can easily purchase and sell our shares in the stock exchange. Unbeatable tax benefits would be there. Tax benefits will be there as per the taxation rules. Then income from dividends, it can be a regular income, or you can have a growth in your dividends by again reinvesting that dividends in the market. So these are the various basic concepts of stock market. I hope you would be able to understand these concepts.